What's good, Bushido Driver YouTube? We are going to try to crank Mary Jane up. So I guess this is the next update, whatever. I think last one was 2, so I think we're up to 3, 2.5 we'll call it. Hopefully all goes well. Let's go head on over. So last time around we got the fuel rail hooked up and got everything buttoned up. You know, looks the part at least. Take these keys, put those down. So we had enough slack here in the line to be able to meet up with the mounting point on the, whatever reason, slightly different fuel rail here. Rotate this. These are all tight. Seems to be doing okay. So everything's in there and it's nice and snug. Haven't messed with timing at all since putting it back in there. That looks good. So we will go ahead and give it a crank. Make sure the AMM is actually plugged in. So let's give her a crank and see what she does. Alright, hopefully we got enough juice in the battery. I mean, there's really nothing in here to drain it other than this OEM clock. So, alright, we still got lights. No neutral safety switch. Okay, we're in neutral. E-brake pulled. Alright. Okay. Got here. Voltage is over 12. RPM was at 4.6, just about 800. Vacuum looks pretty low, like 5-ish, and the wideband is fluctuating between 8 and 9. Any gas? What happened? Okay, slight throttle, we can keep it from dying, but that's about it. Alright. Wow. And we can see that just from that little bit of revving, here's what we got going on here. We got little speckles out the tailpipe, and then a nice little shotgun blast of carbon on the garage door. No bueno. Now, one thing I've seen is that people say if the AMM is bad, I may have called it a math erroneously previously, then unplugging it will cause it to run and idle better. So let's see if that is the case. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, let's see here. Idle's about 800 still. Voltage is about 13. We definitely have more vacuum with it unplugged. And let's see if we give it a little gas. Oh, it actually revs. Wideband is still doing the 8 to 10 or 8 to 9 thing. Yeah, it almost sounds like a rev limiter or a fuel cut built into a tune. If you give it more than about 15%, 20% throttle, it just completely falls on its face. But unlike with the MAF, it's at least idling. So let's see here. And now if we plug it back in, let's see what it does. hard to scare. Let's see here. Vacuum. Yeah, throttle response is still very soft. Oh. Hey, wideband's doing something now. Sits at 10. Give it gas slowly. This thing is slow. But at least it's not bouncing between 8 and 9. The idling at 10 is definitely way rich. So something's going on here. Alright. Okay, the mystery continues. So that's how we're running now, which is not well. But we'll keep digging into it. All right, so I think we are on our way to coming up with some solutions on this one. So it ran like crap, and it seemed to actually run a little bit better when unplugging the MAF. So we suspected that the MAF was bad. So we looked around, couldn't find any in the local junkyard, lo and behold, especially this being the 3-inch, what is the number on that? It's the 006, so the 3-inch version of the 2.2 AMM or airflow meter or whatever. So we found one on eBay. Boop. The seller claimed now that this thing was brand new old stock. And I'm gonna be honest, you know, you be the judge. It kind of looks like he was telling the truth. This thing is minty fresh. Screens are clean. I don't know if you can really see inside to see the elements. I mean, they look spotless. I mean, I cleaned out, let me get this old one out of here. I cleaned this thing to within an inch of its life, and it's still, you know, there's little waves in the screen. It's still held on to some kind of carbon buildup. Ratty filter off of here. You can see the elements in there. Like, they're clean, but they're not like super clean. Matter of fact, this looks like a whole different unit. I don't know if you can really see through there. So if you look through this unit, you see how there's afternoon. Yeah, it's just a tube here. All right. But then if you look in this one, there's another piece, like a little Y that hangs down. Let's see, there we go. That is entirely missing from this unit over here. So I'd be willing to say, even though they're the same size, they look very similar, I'd be willing to bet this one's going to work a lot better. So why don't we get this thing hooked up and see what it wants to do with a apparently new old stock AMM, as opposed to the one that, now that we look at it, apparently was missing a piece. So we will, I guess we'll be smart, put a filter on it, even though it's a crappy Spectre filter. But I suppose a crappy filter is better than no filter, right? So we will plug that in. All right, new filter. Or, I'm sorry, old filter, new AMM. And let's see how she does. Oh, Mary Jane. Yes, yes, yes. That's more like it. All right, so we got same 13 volts. That's cool. wideband's still doing this little silly dance. We got like a bar and a half of oil pressure, which 20 something, I guess that's okay. All right, now here's the real question. When you give it gas, how does it respond? Oh. So I guess that's what it's supposed to sound like. Oh yeah. So I think we can say that that AMM was definitely bad and definitely causing problems. Wideband still seems to be doing funky stuff. You know, is what it is. I got another one to replace it actually. So we'll probably just go ahead and toss that in there. It's a newer digital unit. But yeah, this thing sounds good enough to maybe do a test drive. Let's see about the black smoke. Is that still there? Yeah, I mean, it's still shooting carbon out, but oh, here we go. So I guess the sensor just had to heat up for the wideband. So we are now idling at a little over 14 to 15 is where we're sitting at with idle, which is where you're supposed to be. And if we roll onto it, weird that it goes to 18 first though. There we go. Yeah, I'm probably still gonna swap out this wideband because this needle is slow as shit to react. It tells you what boost used to be. And there may be a little boost leak actually, because looking at the gauge, we're getting no vacuum and no boost, which actually is a good thing because it was only at like barely 10 before. So if there's a boost leak / vacuum leak, that means that once we get this thing sealed up, it should read a lot better. Ah, I think we found the answer. Another not quite so wise build choice was running these lines here, so you can see the T right here. The bottom line goes down into a grommet into the cabin, and I'd be willing to bet that that line is for the boost gauge. And if you look real close, you can see that that line has actually been compromised. It's like flattened and crusty, and yeah, it's got a tear in it. Yep, that's the boost line, I'm sure of it. And then this other one goes to the AC, and it loops around and then connects to the manifold here. So I think what we're gonna do is just cut out all this unnecessary routing next to hot shit and just take this line from here, run it down through this grommet, because we can get rid of this stupid audio wire, because I don't know why the hell that's in here, and then route the AC component over here, either under the coil, behind the coil, whatever, and then run through that grommet. And we just got to reroute it inside the cabin to get to the gauge. But whew, I said that's a good day's work, if I do say so myself. So I think that'll be it for this update. Oh, you know what, maybe we'll do a test drive. I don't know, we'll see. What do you think? Test drive?